What if I told you a truck driver cracked the code to building a crypto empire? Meet Bitcoin Ben. He went from driving 18-wheelers to creating 6 different ways for regular people to stack Bitcoin and build wealth. This isn't just another crypto course. This is a complete ecosystem where you earn while you learn. First up, the confidential bulk purchase program. Get Bitcoin at wholesale prices through group buying power. Then there's Home to HODL. Convert your home equity directly into Bitcoin instead of cash. Need funding? The Loans for Bitcoin program gets you the capital to buy more crypto. Want passive income? Private Key Capital puts your Bitcoin to work. Hungry for something different? Bitcoin Ben's tokenized beef lets you invest in real cattle backed by blockchain technology. And if you want to mine? Bitcoin Ben's mining program gets you started with the right equipment and knowledge. But here's the kicker. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club pays you to learn. Earn 10% on direct referrals, 5% on second level, 2% on third level. This might be the only membership where you make more than you pay. Ben went from 10 years behind the wheel to becoming the world's most unlikely crypto expert. Now he's sharing everything through live training, community events, and proven systems that work. Ready to stop watching from the sidelines? Join Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club today and start stacking sats while building your financial future. Your truck driving days are over. Your crypto empire starts now.
Good day, my friends. Today is a great day in American history and Bitcoin history. I got on my glasses because I'm getting old and I can't see a damn thing close without them. Sometimes I wonder if old age is worth it. Let's go. Okay, number one, guys. Don't let these son of a bitches shake you out. This is the time when you should be buying as much fucking Bitcoin as you can. Let me explain something. I'm going to take off these glasses. There we go. Now I can see. Let me explain. How you get rich is you buy low and you hodl. Now, the old saying was, you buy low and you sell high. Now, you don't have to. You can actually buy low and you can hodl high and let it go higher and let it go higher. I have some notes here on my little pad of papers that I wrote down. I'm in a group on Telegram. And it's, let's put it this way, I'm probably the poorest motherfucker in this chat. Just saying that. Every single person, as I'm scrolling through these wealthy guys, everyone is buying. Now, they are buying because they're smart. They're like, I bought some yesterday. I bought some today, and I'm going to buy some tomorrow. They don't smash buy. They accumulate because they got nothing better to do. They're rich. Rich people can sit and just go, oh, yeah, I'll just put $100,000 in. Hell, why not? I got it sitting here right by the house anyway. We have so many people who are getting shooken out of this market. And it's all, according to the charts, the majority of who are selling is retail. This disappoints me. Retail, the average person, the average Joe, the average Jane, that's who I'm trying to help. That's the reason I come on this show every single day. And I say, don't sell your Bitcoin. Buy more Bitcoin. Because this is how the rich, this happens every we're in a transition, folks. I have friends who own a lot of real estate, right? Guess what they're doing? They're getting loans against their real estate Oh, wrong camera. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Oh, there we go. What the hell happened? It just all of a sudden kind of glitched out. Close this. There we go. All right. Now, as I was saying, I have friends who own a lot of real estate. One of them owns a shit ton of real estate. They're getting loans against their real estate equity, and they're buying a bunch of Bitcoin. And then, this is what's even crazier, is then they're getting a loan against their Bitcoin and buying more Bitcoin. They're leveraging up every asset they have that has equity, and they're buying more Bitcoin. This is how the wealthy get wealthy, right? This is how so many wealthy people accumulate, because they continuously buy. That's it. They continuously buy. And as they buy more and more, they leverage it and they buy more. This is how rich people roll up wealth. And we're at the period, and I've said this for years, guys. This is why we're launching the bank. We're launching the hotel. We're launching the mining company. This is the time when you set up for the rest of your life. The choices you make now, you have a choice. Either you get afraid and you're like, oh man, shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then you don't do anything. Or you look at it as an opportunity. Guys, you know how many times I've heard people go, well, that's it. It was a good run. I can remember when we hit $20,000 per actual Bitcoin. All I heard for a year was, well, it was a good run. Yeah, we had a good run. It's all just, it's over. It's going to zero. It was a fluke. And then it ran up to 125,000. Guys, this is when you accumulate. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to just fly up overnight and we're all just going to be zillionaires, which I don't even know what a zillion is. I don't even know if that's a real word, but it has to be. This is how you accumulate. And what I want you to look at is look at it like the rich people are looking at it, as an asset of leverage. Asset of leverage. That means people are starting to look at it like real estate. Grant Cardone, one of the biggest high-end real estate developers in the world, says he'd rather own the Bitcoin than his properties. Why? Because with properties, you have liability. With property, it could burn down. With property, you could have someone not pay rent. With property, you could have someone issue a lien. With property, you could have someone live there and just say, well, I'm not moving. The big boys look at this as a leverageable, is that a word? A asset able to be leveraged. How's that? And that's one of the reasons that they're accumulating it. Because This is digital property. Michael Saylor has said it over and over and over again. Don't just look at this as a store of value or something that can go higher priced and then you sell and then you got a little bit of money that might change your life or might not change your life. Look at this as an accumulative investment for your lineage. Just kind of think about this, folks. Let's say your whole life, you just accumulate Bitcoin. You have a decent life. You have a house or an apartment or RV or whatever, and you accumulate throughout your life. And then you pass your Bitcoin on to your kids, right? You've leveraged it throughout your life, and you actually got a car, you got something like that, and you own the car outright because your leverage is on your Bitcoin. And unlike a car, if you get into a little bit of trouble, you can sell a little bit of your Bitcoin and make the payment. It isn't like you can sell a little bit of your car and make the payment. It isn't like you're like, a little short this month, I got to pay that car payment, I'm going to sell the wheels. No. This is a tool. This is a personal economic tool that you can use, accumulate. Look at it as insurance. That's how I wish everyone would look at this. Look at it as insurance, except you're never going to sell your policy. You're going to get a loan against your life insurance policy, which is your Bitcoin. And that's how it will accumulate value, and it goes to you and not the insurance company. And then as you accumulate, you have an emergency. Oh, broke my finger. Ow. Got to go to the doctor. You go to the doctor. You tell the doctor, I got a broken finger, but I don't have health insurance. Wink, wink. Can you fix my finger? Add that. It will be about $1,200. No problem. You get a loan against your Bitcoin, then you pay off the loan. The insurance company gets zero of your monies. That's how you should look at it, right? This is what I'm talking about, guys. Think like a wealthy person, and you will become wealthy. You have to change. If you want to change your situation, you got to change your mind. You have to change how you think. You have to change how you interact. And something else I've noticed is every time the price goes down, it's like all of the people on X are instantly fucking depressed. It's like, man, life sucks. Like the price is their gauge of happiness. Price is up, I'm happy. But you want to accumulate more? Yeah. But the price went up. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. When you want to accumulate, I've used this example 1,000 times. If you go to Walmart and you see your favorite pizza and it's, I don't even know what pizza costs. I guess, I don't know, like $12 or something. What if you go to Walmart and you see your favorite pizza for $20 and you're like, ooh, that price went up. That must be really good pizza. I'm going to get some. But then you go back and it's $8. And you're like, I ain't buying that shit. That's that shit pizza. Look how cheap it is. It doesn't make any sense. What? Whenever you purchase an automobile, do you go in there and go, I hope I can't get this price dropped? No, you go in there and you argue for the best price. You're trying to get it cheaper. And yet, when it goes cheaper, everyone gets depressed. It's like, ah, man, damn it. And that's the difference between wealthy people and non-wealthy people, is they look at the price. They don't look at the price with emotion. They look at the opportunity, not the price. I have so many friends. I'm on a lot of group chats in like Telegram. I guess like people add me on there or something. And I sit and watch a lot of them you know, just sitting there like talking to each other like, yep, I put another what? I don't know why he used such a weird number. $121,000 I bought this morning at $90,000. 121. Couldn't have kept it at 120 or went up to 125. I don't know. This is the time when you make all your money. This is when you make the money. Now, if you bought at the top at 126 or whatever it was, that's not a problem. That's not bad. You buy more now, and your average price of accumulation goes down. So if you bought at 126 and now you buy at 90, the middle is about 109-ish, 108, or something like that, 107. So that drops your average price to about 107. You're still up because you own Bitcoin. Everyone's looking at the dollar value, but no one's looking at the value of the dollar. Why is the Bitcoin $90,000? Why was it $126,000? Think about that. 126,000 little pieces of paper. Because the little pieces of paper are shit. They can print them up. I have seen shows where people, newbies to the Bitcoin, they're like, I don't get it. How is one of the Bitcoin worth $126,000? How's that work? It's because they don't know what they own. And the same thing when they look at their dollars, they know what they own. When they hold a pile of $100 bills, they don't realize that shit's made out of ice and it's melting. They don't look at what they own and is it structured economically correct. You look at the dollar, no. They print more of them. They don't even print more of them. They digitize more of them. They put more into digital existence. And then they tell us, why do you think that the dollar has a global value? Why do you think that someone goes, ooh, that little piece of paper is worth a little bit more than it was yesterday? Because it's perceived value. It isn't accurate value, it's perceived value. And when you're looking at a perceived value, the more and more people who realize and come to see, to perceive, oh, they're printing more dollars without an equivalent of production. Okay, so we're creating more dollars without it actually tied to producing anything. That's inflation. That is definitionally inflation. And we have a whole world. Guys, the 3 most successful traders in the world, guess what they push their profits into? Bitcoin. They're not settling it in the dollar. They're not holding it in the dollar. They're pushing all of their profits into Bitcoin. Why? Why would the top 3 traders in the world be putting all of their profits into Bitcoin? Do you think they think it's going to appreciate in purchasing price higher than the dollar? Because that's how you have to look at it. Look at, if you're going to look at the dollar and you are going to look at Bitcoin, look at them on the equal playing field of purchasing price. 10 years ago, I think it took, what was it, like 200 Bitcoin to actually buy a new car. 200 Bitcoin to purchase a new car. Now you need a quarter of a Bitcoin. Well, maybe a half a Bitcoin. So it used to take 200 of the Bitcoin. You got a new car. Now it takes half a Bitcoin. That's purchasing power. That's purchasing power going up. This is, all right, one of the Winklevoss twins went on X this morning, and he made a very bold statement. This is the last time you'll be able to buy the Bitcoin under 90,000. It's a Winklevoss twins. They own one of the largest exchanges, and they do a lot of over-the-counter sales. Hey, let me explain one more time how this works. If you are going to buy a lot of Bitcoin, you don't buy it all at once. And you set up a deal. If you have someone who wants to sell a lot of Bitcoin, you go to an over-the-counter. You don't sell it on the open market unless you can't find that many. Then you don't sell it all at once. And this is even the shittier part. If you plan on selling a bunch of Bitcoin, you actually make a deal with a guy who's trying to buy a bunch of Bitcoin. Hear me out. You sell, right? You give your Bitcoin over to a company like Galaxy. and you say, Galaxy, I want to sell my Bitcoin. I got a shit ton of it. Let's sell it. They have a partner who wants to buy a bunch of Bitcoin, but he doesn't want to buy it at this price. He wants to see if he can get it down a little bit. So you work a deal with the guy who's selling it and says, hey, we're going to sell it on the open market, and we're going to push the price down. Then my other guy is going to come up when the price is down, and he's going to buy it lower. These are handshake trades. They do it all the time. We've reached a point, and I said this on yesterday's show. We've reached a point where we're playing with the big boys now. And the big boys don't want you in this. They want your Bitcoin. They don't want you in it. They want to have as many as they can get. They want as much fucking Bitcoin as they can get their little grubby hands on. And they will shake the shit out of the market just to get them. Because they know that the Bitcoin ain't going nowhere. Once you're over a $1 trillion market cap, you ain't going fucking nowhere. There's too many invested in it for it to go to zero. Wouldn't happen. Can't happen. But, and this is why I'm on here this morning. Be smart. Do what the wealthy people do. You buy some Bitcoin and you accumulate. Then you go to work, then you hang out with your friends, enjoy your life, and just accumulate more Bitcoin. Set your life up where that's your retirement plan, and it's liquid. That's what makes it great. If you set up a 401k and you want to cash out of your 401k, good fucking luck with that. They're gonna penalize the shit clean out of you. And if you get a loan against it, good luck with that. The CEO of Tether, right? He's saying exactly what Michael Saylor is saying right now. Buy now. Accumulate. You have to understand who he's met with, who he's working deals with. If you wrap your head around what he's actually doing with Rumble is going to have an option. If you have a show on Rumble and you make income, you can get paid that income in Bitcoin. Think about that. Think about that. And that's just Rumble. Wait till X rolls out. Wait till they roll out X app, the all-in-one app. Things are about to get crazy. 2026 is going to be absolute madness. But it's going to be exciting. Trust me, in 2026, you ain't going to be bored. You're not going to be sitting there going, man, slow news day. No. And this is when you set up for 2026. This is when you get rich. This is when you do the smart thing. You buy low and hodl. I have friends who have watched my show for years and years. Some of them, I have quite a few of them, are like, oh, dude, Ben, I bought Bitcoin when it was $7,000 because of you. And you argued against me on selling them. That's what my show is. My show is, if you're looking for negativity in the space, it ain't this show. I'm a permabull because I'm a long-term player. We are switching into a new economy, a completely new world. I do mean a new world. Guys, 2026, we have 3 or 4 companies rolling out a flying car that you can get licensed. Everyone who is like, where's my flying car? It's coming. By the end of next year, seeing a robot is no longer going to be odd. When you're at the grocery store and you see R2 fucking D2 bagging up your eggs, you're just gonna smile and go, "What's up, R2?" "Not much, Mr. Ben. I'm careful with your eggs." "Thank you, you fucking pile of bolts. Have a nice day, Mr. Ben." "You too, you rust bucket piece of shit." That's gonna be our lives, guys. We ain't quite to Star Trek, but we're getting close to the Jetsons. We're about 1 year away from having Rosie rolling her ass around with her apron on and bringing you fucking eggs and bacon. We're not far away at all. And your refrigerator is going to order food. The food's going to be delivered to you in a robot car, and then a little robot's going to hop its ass out of the little robot car and going to bring it up to your doorstep. Then your little robot is going to walk over to the door, open the door, grab the groceries, take it into your refrigerator that placed the fucking order. And then going to send you a text. "Shopping's done. What would you like for dinner?" This is the future we're going into, guys. We are going into a digital communications complete economy. We are going into an econ, and there are people resisting. I'm trying to remember where. Ooh, I think it was in Connecticut, right by MIT. The unions are up in arms against the driverless cars. They say, for safety, the driverless cars should be required to have a human in them. Okay, humans have a higher rate of accidents than the undriven cars. So why would we put a more flawed human into a car that doesn't need its help? Because jobs. Do you remember the South Park episode where the whole episode they just kept on saying, "They're taking our jobs, taking our jobs"? Yeah, well, this time it's Rosie And Kit, yes, I do mean Kit from Knight Rider, for you old people who remember what the fuck that even is. And at the base, the monetary base of all of this digital economy is going to be one digital reserves. And that's the Bitcoin. And I see Clint Westwood here. Don't think I forgot about Litecoin. This whole new world is scary as shit for the next 10 years. I mean, you're gonna go outside and you're gonna think that you are fucking McFly. Like you just landed in the future and you're looking at your jacket, seeing if it will dry itself off if you get wet. I got a lot of like show references in this episode. This is a whole new world. Everything is going to change. How we travel, how we communicate, how we make money, how we interact with society is actually going to be so fundamentally different. And the individuals, some real, some robots. I heard an interview yesterday. I think it was on Moonshots. They basically said within 10 to 15 years, you'll interact with more robots than you do humans. Let that sink in. You'll interact with more robots than you will humans. I don't know about you, but some humans I'm good with. I'm good with that. Well, I won't go into describing, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Liberals. Hey, it's Patrick. What's going on, Patrick? I will see you on tomorrow's show, my friend. The whole gist of this episode is just like they say, when there's blood in the streets, you buy, even if it's your own. We are at a point of opportunity. Everyone you have seen on all of these shows, Michael Saylor, all of that. Here's a great example. How many of you were around when Michael Saylor was buying the top of the very tippy top at $58,000 per Bitcoin? All I heard on the news was how Michael Saylor's going to get liquidated. Michael Saylor's going to get liquidated. Well, if you know what he's offering, even to say that is stupid. Michael Saylor is, and now that he's in a whole new ocean of liquidity, and that liquidity is looking for him. That's why 2 weeks ago, I think he bought 380 Bitcoin 2 weeks ago. This week, he bought 8,100 and something. What changed? What changed? The price was dropping. How was he able to sell that many of his shares because he got raided. And I don't mean click, click, bang, bang, open up your door, raided. Rated, R-A-T-E-D. I guess that's right. And now he qualifies for a whole new liquidity pool of investors. And that liquidity pool is on an average return of about 6%, and he's offering 10.5. Those people, as soon Michael Saylor's shares are like chum in the water for these people. They're like, wait, there's a share that pays a 10.5% dividend? Huh? What? Yeah. And they're over collateralized? Yes. Sure, I'll take that. This Tom, what's up, brother? Because BlackRock was selling or whatever, go dumping. Yeah, BlackRock, exactly. And Michael Saylor took advantage. Exactly. This is how it works. This is the new world. This is the new Bitcoin. This is the new market. We're playing with the big boys, and the big boys are not playing. That we've all heard Michael Saylor say, I am going to buy Bitcoin forever. I am going to buy as much as I can, as fast as I can. He's not the only one, but there's smart buyers, and they let retail sell to them. That's their little secret. Let the price drop, then you buy a little, then you buy a little. You don't say anything, you don't make any big announcements, you don't do anything. Let the price drop a little bit, then you buy a little bit more. Then when you feel like you got every single seller out, then you buy more and you bring it back up. These ups and downs, these are shakeouts. These are letting people and you buy it up, and then you watch for volumes, and then you watch it drop. Then you buy more, then you buy more, then you buy more, and then all of retail shits itself. It's like, oh, it's going down, I better sell. Blah 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 on YouTube said we're going to $5, and so they sell. And then they're like, well, that was stupid. Bitcoin's stupid. I lost money. Bitcoin's stupid. And it's because they sold. Because they're worried about hanging on to their little shit dollars. Let me just put it this way. Satoshi's over shit dollars. Eventually we hit where one Satoshi is worth $1. We'll hit that point. And does that make the Bitcoin more valuable or the dollar? the Bitcoin, because we're in the middle of the transition where people no longer look at the dollar as the place to run to for a long-term capital. That's shifting in the big markets, completely shifting. They're looking at it, especially right now, they're like, hell yeah, I'll buy Bitcoin. How much is it down? 30%. That means next run up, I'll actually capture at least a 40% gain. Shit, yeah, all day long, twice on Tuesday. And it just happened to be Tuesday. My concern is not the rich people. My concern is every average Joe watching this right now. This is lineage changing money, not life changing money, lineage changing money. If you play your cards right, your children will be able to actually buy a house and just get a loan against the Bitcoin you've accumulated. Then they own the home outright and just make the payments on repaying back the loan for the Bitcoin. This is a completely different system. We're going at home. Lenders, hear me out, folks. Lenders for a home loan will charge you a higher rate than to get a loan to buy Bitcoin. Mark my fucking words. Because the home will be viewed as a more risky asset to lend against. This is the future. This is absolutely the future. And how it looks on the other side is good. But the ride over to the other side is going to be a little bouncy, guys. And when it drops, you buy more. When it goes up, if you got money, you buy more. The goal is accumulation at this point. Just accumulate as much as you can, as fast as you can, for as long as you can. And if you do it consistently, and don't look at the price, look at the amount you have. Don't look at the price, look at the amount you have. You'll eventually reach an amount that you will be very surprised with. And you'll be sitting there going, shit, I'm doing good. All right, guys, I am on my way to Nashville for a Thanksgiving event this Thursday, I think. Yes, this Thursday, which I know it's not Thanksgiving, but can't really do an event on Thanksgiving. So we are doing it on Wednesday. So if you're near Nashville this Thursday, swing on by. I think we're going to have turkey. I think. Don't know for sure. I hope so. I love turkey. Everyone, have a great day. And remember, give us a call. 941-413-8080. We have like 4 or 5 or 6 different ways to get you Bitcoin. Remember, no KYC. No KYC on your Bitcoin for the club members. There you go. You want some Bitcoin, but you don't want everyone knowing your business? 941-413-8080. We can get you a loan, an unsecured loan, and we can get you some Bitcoin. We can actually get a home equity loan on your house or rental properties and get you some Bitcoin. Do what the rich people do. Leverage useless assets and you buy the most secure and the most price upside asset long term of human history, the Bitcoin. Everyone, have a great day. Once again, 941-413. It's scrolling right under here. 941-413-8080. Call us or send us a text and just ask, how can you get me some more Bitcoin? Give me some Bitcoin. Love you guys. See you guys tomorrow. And Patrick, if you're still listening, I'll see you tomorrow, Patrick. Make sure you take your medicine after bingo. Love you, buddy. Enjoy the pudding. All right, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Your Bitcoin's sitting idle. Time to make it work. Private Key Capital, the world's first fully Bitcoin-backed financial institution, lets you earn 4% APY on your Bitcoin. Enjoy Bitcoin savings accounts, secure custody, Bitcoin-backed loans, fiat on-off ramps, and exclusive member benefits. This is crypto banking reimagined. Early members get the best rates. Join Private Key Capital today and start earning 4%.